Hi, good afternoon, everyone. So I'm Rod Rejesus. I'm professor and extension specialist at the Ag and Resource Economics Department. Next slide, please. So what I'm going to talk a little bit about today is just my current research on saltwater intrusion. So the main objective of the work that we're doing right now is to determine farm level economic impact. So I'm an economist by training, so we're interested in economic impacts of various phenomenon. And in this particular case, looking at saltwater intrusion in coastal agricultural lands. And the specific interest is in the productivity, yield, or profitability impacts of saltwater intrusion. And we have selected farm fields in Hyde County to sort of try and analyze the economic impacts of saltwater intrusion. And one of the main questions that we're wanting to look at is, with the expected sort of negative impact of saltwater intrusion, will it be better to just abandon the field and convert it to coastal wetlands and get payments from conservation programs? So that's why it's important to see whether the economic impact is really negative, and it's better to just abandon the land and convert it to wetlands and sequester carbon. Next, please. And this is in collaboration with Matt Ricker, who presented earlier, and that CHASM initiative that I'm part of. Next slide, please. But one thing that I want to build on from that current research is to just increase the geographical scale. So for the current research that we're looking at, we're just looking at selected farmer fields, collecting data on saltwater intrusion and so forth, and yield and these kinds of things to determine the economic impact. But I think it's important to see sort of a wider scale. So for example, throughout the coast in North Carolina and the mid-Atlantic and so forth, to determine sort of, well, how big of a problem is saltwater intrusion in agriculture? And this may require sort of maybe panel data, county level analysis on saltwater intrusion, but I'm having difficulties essentially finding data that could sort of proxy for saltwater intrusion levels at the county level, for example. Perhaps some researchers here in the community have some ideas on remotely sensed data that could indicate levels of saltwater intrusion for a wider geographical scale. Next slide, please.
And 30 seconds.
That's what I'm interested in. So if anybody's wanting to work on sort of coastal agricultural lands, also its interaction with adaptation strategies. Fred talked about cover crops and no-till. These are adaptation strategies as well, seeing how that interact with the economic impact of saltwater intrusion.